Way they should be. Try Wendy's hot and crispy fries today at participating U.S. Wendy's. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. A warm day today with a low of 73 and a few clouds tonight. A few more clouds expected Saturday with a high of 84 and a slight chance of rain. Right now, 81, partly cloudy. I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
On 93 WIBC.
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. Lots of fun at the State House. We'll get a complete update on exactly what's going on with the $1 billion tax inflation rebate, which may or may not even happen. And,
well, what the hell?
Yeah, I know.
May or may not happen. What the hell happened to my money?
It's all a mess over there right now, it sounds like. And then, of course, the whole abortion thing.
Oh, yes. There's that little abortion thing going on. I was following Eric Berman and Abdul on Twitter last night, and over 60 amendments were put forth on the Senate bill for abortion. And all through the night, they were picking and prodding through all of these amendments. Some went in, some went home. The amendment to remove rape and incest exceptions from the abortion bill failed by 28 to 18 vote. There was a state senator who said, hey, life is life. So let's put rape and incest on something that needs to go out the window. That did not pass. So as of right now, it sounds like rape and incest exceptions are part of the Senate bill, but there's a lot of work to do, Nigel.
I don't know. I would hope that they are. I would actually hope that they are. I'm not radical one way or the other. I mean, definitely the third trimester stuff is just brutal and that's disgusting and it's on a different level. But I couldn't imagine. I put myself in that situation of having a young family member being brutally assaulted and having to make that decision. That should probably be left up to the parents and or the person that was assaulted. I don't know. I guess maybe I'll lose a couple of listeners or fans or Twitter followers because I said that. But the attempt to remove the rape and incest exceptions is just doesn't. To me, that's not a good look.
We're going to get Abdul in here in a few minutes, and he's going to tell us up to date what's the latest, what's in, what's out, and oh, by the way, what the hell's going on with my money? Where is my money at, by the way?
That was the whole original purpose of this special session. There's a little inflation relief, and now it doesn't even look like that. I mean, it looks like that might not happen.
Wonderful. So they might not get to a consensus on abortion, and you might not get any money. Thank you so much for coming to our TED Talk here at the Indiana State House. This article from Politico, this is such a fluff piece that it is an insult to previous fluff pieces. This article from Politico does everything except lay Joe Biden down on a massage table, remove the towel, and treat him like Robert Kraft.
Oh, my goodness. Oh,
this is the headline. Okay, I'm going to read you this headline from Politico, which is a respected publication. It's very liberal. It's super left, but they've broken stories before. It's not like it's somebody's podcast, right?
Yeah.
Quote, somehow, some way, Joe Biden is back in the game. After enduring a brutal year, Biden is suddenly on the verge of a turnaround that the White House believes could salvage his summer and alter the trajectory of his presidency.
What are they talking about? What turnaround?
This story from Politico came out on the same day that a recession was announced.
No. You must not understand the definition of a recession.
Oh, my bad.
The Democrats, Joe Biden, and everybody under him has redefined what a recession actually means.
Man, I've got some learning to do. I don't know what a woman is anymore. I don't know what a recession is anymore. Our pets' heads are falling off. Got a lot of learning to do. This is part of the article. So I read you the headline.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at it. This is part of the article. Biden enters the always be closing phase of his first term. Suddenly, overnight, real progress has been teed up for the White House. Real progress, again, this story came out on the same day as a bad GDP report that shows we're in a recession. And it's Politico's own polling last week that showed Biden's approval numbers are at an all-time low.
That's all you need to say.
Politico's polling.
It was polling. That's their polling. I'm reading a tweet from Hollywood lunatic celebrity Hollywood director Rob Reiner, who's actually directed some of my favorite movies, including Stand By Me and A Few Good Men.
You can like somebody's art and hate their politics.
He just tweeted out, "Screw politics, screw poll numbers. Joe Biden has a record of accomplishments in the first 2 years of his presidency that has gone unmatched for almost 60 years."
Unmatched.
A record of accomplishments. So if you like record inflation, record crime, record gas prices, record illegal immigration, record drug ODs, record fentanyl use, yeah, you're damn right. Joe Biden's got a big record of accomplishments, if that's what we're talking about.
That deficit record, boy, that's going to be hard to beat. Wow. Speaking of recession, the Biden administration is still doing this. We joked about it earlier. They're still trying to toy with the definition of recession. It's like they're still playing this game, and it's almost like George Costanza. It's not a lie if you believe it. They continue to do this. Gene Sperling, he's a senior advisor to Biden. He went on with Jake Tapper, and they were talking about the economy, and they keep doing this.
Doesn't this semantic debate risk making the White House seem as if you're in denial and out of touch with Americans who are really struggling out there?
Not at all, Jake. I mean, let's acknowledge that every single family is the world's leading expert on how they themselves are doing. And we totally appreciate the degree that so many Americans feel pinched and squeezed by the higher prices at the gas pump, squeezed at the grocery line by the impacts of global inflation on the U.S. We feel that. We're not denying that. But I do think it is also responsible to give people a balanced view. There have been 2.7 million jobs created in the first half of this year. It is just really common sense that the second greatest amount of job growth in a 6-month period could not be consistent with any historical definition of a recession.
We're still doing this?
When they break out that number, I heard him say 2.7 million jobs created this year. Were they created? Maybe a better word would be recovered from the pandemic.
Right.
All right? There's a definite difference. 2.7 million jobs were recovered after the brutal and unnecessary lockdowns the government imposed.
And look at the wages. The wages are down. The average family of four in the United States has $450+ less than they did at this time a year ago per month.
And when they talk about historically low unemployment, they're not factoring in the people that got out of the workforce and then just aren't looking for jobs anymore.
The labor force participation is a key number here. The labor force participation, it's nowhere close to pre-2008 levels. You have to go back to pre-2008 to kind of get a good feel of what we're talking about here. The labor force numbers stink. They absolutely stink for the Biden administration. But hey, let's talk about how many people are back to work, but the wages are down and the participation is down. Back in August of 2020, Joe Biden declared there would not be another foot of wall constructed from my administration. Remember, he was very anti-Donald Trump wall.
Oh, yeah.
Here, take a listen.
No, there will not be another foot of wall constructed on my administration, number one.
Can I read you this headline from NBC News?
Sure.
Biden administration to fill border wall gaps near Yuma, Arizona. President Biden is putting up new border wall near Yuma, Arizona, finishing the project.
Well, maybe now that they're busing illegal immigrants into Washington, D.C. and New York City and other liberal places like that are far away from Texas, maybe it's happening in his neck of the woods now. Maybe he's had a change of heart.
All right, Matt Baer, the state fair is open day, night number 1. What is going on the roads?
Right now, I am down at Smith Valley, and we have a closure. Southbound 37 is shut down at Fairview Road because of a rolled semi. It's been there, and they're diverting traffic right now at Fairview Road. There's a little bit of a backup on that. You can use Man Road or 135 to get around it. Traffic sponsored by Freesia and Freesia Auctioneers. Freesia and Freesia Auctioneers is hosting an auction in Clayton, Indiana, Saturday, August 6, 10 a.m. Bid on site or online at FreesiaAuctioneers.com. That's F-R-E-I-J-E. License AC 3120002. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
We are streaming live on YouTube. There's a link on our Twitter. You can also just go to YouTube and find it. And if you're listening online, on your phone, on your radio, please interact with the show at Hammer and Nigel, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We love to hear from you guys. Big Nigel, what's going on at Thompson Furniture today?
Oh, the listening party. Hammer and Nigel listening party starting from 5 to 6. And it's a big party. They throw in the parking lot some beer, and they fire up a bunch of food on the Big Green Eggs. And we'll be there live next week.
Yeah, next week we're doing the whole show down there. But today, if you want to stop by Thompson Furniture in Columbus from 5 to 6, they're going to have some free food. There's rumors of some beverages. You know, we can't really say free beer, but there may be libations you can take part in. And stop by and hang out with some fellow Hammer and Nigel listeners, and we'll be down there next Friday doing the whole show live. Right now, we are looking at sunshine, 82 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
This is the sound of someone taking a free test walk in personally fit arch supports at the Good Feet store. Ah, music to our ears. Just like the words of Randy and Dennis, real customers who decided to give Good Feet arch supports a try with a free fitting and test walk.
In the morning, it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel.
Working at an amusement park and being on my feet all day long, extreme pain every day. Trying so many different things over the counter, none of it worked.
When I went into the Good Feet store, the fitting was all about me.
She brought out these 2 little arch supports, tried them on, walked around the store with them, and immediately felt better. It's amazing.
Your day becomes better and the sun shines. You know, it's a good life.
See how our trusted specialists and personally fit arch supports can help with foot, knee, hip, and back pain. Stop by the Good Feet store for a free fitting and test walk today. Your good life starts with Good Feet.
Don't just live with the pain. Discover your options at the Good Feet stores in Indy.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. If you want to sleep better, then you want to sleep cool. And with the new Tempur-Pedic Breeze, you can sleep up to 8 degrees cooler all night long. We guarantee the best price on Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy mattresses with up to 48 months interest-free financing. Free delivery within 75 miles of Columbus, only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
8 years ago, we started climbing mountains to raise dollars and awareness for children battling cancer. Over the years, we've summited some amazing peaks, raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for our partners. On August 13th, we head down to South America for our biggest climb yet. Chimborazo is over 20,000 feet tall, and we are climbing it to raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Learn more about our climbs and make a donation today by visiting keepclimbingfoundation.org.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-857-5656. That's 800-857-5656.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Nearly 90% of people that struggle with addiction don't get help. Don't wait until it's too late. With Landmark Recovery, you can overcome drug addiction and live a better life. Call Landmark Recovery at 866-LANDMARK or visit landmarkrecovery.com.
When the weather turns severe, turn to the WIBC Storm Desk, presented by Technology Recyclers. Securely destroy electronic data. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's custom design jewelry store.
I wanna be a billionaire so freaking bad. Buy all of the things I never had.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show on 93 WIBC.
Mega Millions tonight, Hammer, $1 billion. I did Venmo your wife $10.
Yes,
So
we're going to
you're-
get those tickets tonight.
You're picking up some more tickets tonight?
You put in 10, Mondo put in 10, I got 10 on it, and after we win, this show on Monday is going to be completely off the hook. I'm just telling you that right now. I may show up pantsless.
Well, how would that be different than any other day?
Touche. I'll be a rich guy showing up pantsless.
So let's say we did win. I think Fox News put this out, like what you should do if you beat the odds and win it all. Which is, so $1 billion. What is that, like 600 mil take home?
The one lump sum
The one
around
lump
that,
sum
yeah.
option. So they say the first thing you should do is keep the tickets safe. Make a bunch of copies of the winning ticket. Put the original in a safe or bank deposit box and read all the rules before signing the ticket. It might impact whether you can remain anonymous or not, which I would totally remain anonymous.
What if you don't have the option? You're still taking the money, right?
Well, yeah.
If they say, hey, you want this $600 million, you're going to have to do some commercials. I fully expect to see you up there with Larry Elder.
Do I have to sell fish oil?
You're selling fish oil with Larry Elder.
The second thing they say to do is, well, this kind of goes along the lines of what we were just talking about. Protect your privacy. Be prepared to change your contact information, phone number, set up a P.O. box, because you'd be surprised how many people suddenly want to get in touch, come out of the woodwork for that
Long
600
lost
million.
children, wives, all kinds of people.
I just, man, for it, remaining anonymous would be the most important thing to me, just because there's so many crazy people out there would try to, kidnap you, use your family for ransom, whatever. Oh, this guy's got $600 million. Okay, let's make a plan. Most of that stuff is probably just fiction in the movies, but I understand that it happens a lot more often elsewhere in the world.
In my mind, I can see you doing a Mel Gibson, give me back my son!
Yeah, see, I don't want to go through that. The third thing they say to do if you win the big money, the $1 billion, is to get pro advice. Put together a team of financial experts, including an accountant, financial advisor, and a lawyer.
So here's what happens. If anybody listening wins the Mega Millions jackpot, you contact the Singer Financial Group right away and you tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Get in that plug. And then number 4, don't make any big decisions. It's really tempting to make a big purchase or lifestyle change, but that's why so many winners go broke. You'll definitely want to avoid becoming an ATM for family and friends. I don't know if you're going broke with $600 million.
People have, though, man.
I don't know, man.
Maybe not that much money, but lottery winners have.
It's like the old thing with the Brewster's Millions and Richard Pryor. He couldn't spend that much money in 30 days. What was it, 30 million in 30 days or something like that?
But he
Or was it
did.
300 million in 30. No, he had to
spend it without having any assets.
He had to spend 30 million in 30 days without having any assets to get the 300 million.
Yes.
And it was almost impossible for him to do that.
My wife and I watched that the other day because it was on one of those old movie channels, and we broke down ways that we would have made this happen so much easier than Richard Pryor did. I don't really think it's that hard. Like, there's a lot of money you could spend on, and they give you charitable donations and some other stuff. That would have been way easier than Richard Pryor made it out to be.
And in that movie, it made it hard because some of the people on Richard Pryor's team were like, gambling and making real estate bets and like just awful real estate decisions and investments and stuff. And they actually ended up working out. So it made him more money.
Like his political campaign.
Yeah.
None of the above.
Yeah. And he wanted to play his amateur baseball team wanted to play the Yankees or the Mets or something like that.
Right. It was the Yankees. Yeah.
He paid for all that.
So,
That's a great movie from my childhood.
good luck, everybody, tonight that is playing the lottery. The odds are stacked against you, but you got to play to win. And here now is another edition of Hammer and Nigel's Great Moments and local TV reporters asking people about the lottery history.
Hammer and Nigel present Great Moments and local TV reporters asking people about the lottery history.
Hey, what's the very first thing you're going to do?
Man, I think I'll try to get me a shrimp boat, go into business. Because, it's kind of been a shortage on the fishermen down there, and there ain't really no work around here, man. And, I was supposed to go play some college ball, man, but quit school, man, broke up with that girlfriend of mine. She started cheating on me, man. I really think I'd, go and invest in me a shrimp boat, maybe. Try to get my own little business started up, something like that.
Great Moments and local TV reporters asking people about the lottery history.
You call it Bubba Gump Shrimp Company.
It was kind of like that one guy from King of the Hill meets Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I was going to say, did this guy just got done watching Forrest Gump? Is that where he got the idea of a shrimp boat?
And then the girl that cheated on him. I mean, there's a lot going on right there. Dateline Tennessee. A video of Tennessee police officers going viral of him driving an elderly woman to her hair appointment so she could get a perm. Here is Officer Hoffmeister talking about why he decided to help this chick out.
I was driving down Old Fort Parkway and noticed what appeared to be a senior citizen walking down the highway with her walker. She just said that she was trying to get to her hair appointment. It was definitely a sweet moment, and I'll always remember it.
I did give her a ticket for being on the highway, though. Not allowed to walk on the highway with your walker. No, that's awesome. I mean, that's, again, going above and beyond what your duties are, and officers are, they got to deal with armed robbers. They got to deal with cats in the trees. They got to help out the old ladies on their way to the stylist to get a perm.
Granny needs a perm, which got me to thinking, this is my Mount Rushmore of men with perms. This is my 4-person Mount Rushmore of dudes with perms. Phil Spector, Weird Al Yankovic, Tom Hanks, remember he had a perm early in his career, and Mr. Brady from the Brady Bunch. The later episodes of the Brady Bunch where Mike Brady had a perm. That's my Mount Rushmore.
That's a pretty good lineup.
Hit me up on social media at Hammer and Nigel. Let us know your favorite dude with a perm. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Those who've built their own financial success know that moving forward requires not just the right tools, but an in-depth knowledge of how to use them. That's why Edelman Financial Engines gives you a dedicated wealth planner supported by a team of experts. We know a modern wealth planning relationship demands human insight powered by advanced technology. Our advice is tailor-made for your personal goals, and our investment management approach is based on Nobel Prize-winning research. We model more than 38,000 securities, so we can better stress test your portfolio through thousands of scenarios. See what we can build for you. Call 888-899-4450. That's 888-899-4450. Or visit efewealthplanners.com to get your complimentary financial plan. Edelman Financial Engines. Built for those who built themselves.
Old National Bank is asking businesses to get old. But first, they have questions.
Who runs my business if I get old?
You do. You can get old and remain young.
Is that possible?
With a commercial bank as good as Old National, yes.
What will it feel like to get old?
Well, business owners describe a feeling of euphoria, having local decision-making and committed relationship bankers.
Okay, one old guy coming up.
Introducing Old National Bank, where business relationships and results matter. Old National Bank. Get old. Member FDIC.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Where Hoosiers are lending a helping hand. Partly cloudy and 82 degrees downtown. Radar clear for now. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:30. Flooding has been devastating in Kentucky. The governor there has declared a state of emergency. This man barely made it out of his house in time.
It was around the side of the house. Before we got out, it was coming up on the steps. I waded out knee deep to get out.
Nearly 20 people have died in the flooding. Indiana Task Force 1 is there to help with cleanup and recovery efforts. A road rage shooting on I-70. Maya Williams, a 20-year-old from Indy, has been arrested. Police believe she was the passenger in a car Thursday when she pointed a pistol out the window and fired several shots into a Buick. Nobody was hurt. Williams was found by state police in the suspect car, which had broken down on I-65. President Biden's approval rating keeps falling. Do you think he's doing a good job?
I can't say he's been good for me and my family.
I don't think he's doing great. I think he definitely could be better.
I'm going to give him a thumbs up. I'm Democratic.
The House will take up a new assault weapons ban for consideration. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is confident it will pass.
When we did this in the 90s, it was hard, but it happened, and it saved lives. And I'm looking forward to having a good the passage of it this afternoon.
A previous assault weapons ban was in place between 1994 and 2004. Gun advocates say the legislation would infringe on Americans' Second Amendment rights. The recent rain in parts of Indiana have improved the drought situation across the state, but there are some areas that could still use some rain.
Unfortunately, near the Indianapolis area, kind of heading towards Lafayette, we're still dealing with some lingering drought problems just because we haven't gotten quite as much rain as some of those other locations.
Andrew White with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says there doesn't appear to be heavy rain for the next few days in much of Indiana. Another drop in gas prices for Hoosiers. Gas Buddy says you're paying an average of $4.24 per gallon in Indiana today. That price is 14 cents cheaper than what you were paying on Monday. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:32.
On August 11th, finally returning to Carmel for one night only at the Palladium, the greatest big band of all time, the Glenn Miller Orchestra.
Pennsylvania 65000.
An evening of jazz, swing, and timeless classics. From New York, the Glenn Miller Orchestra.
Pardon me, boy, is that the Chattanooga choo-choo?
Yes, train 29.
Boy, you can give me a shine.
Tickets on sale now at the Center's box office or online at thecenterpresents.org. Presented by DDA in collaboration with the Indianapolis Star and WIBC FM 93.1. The Glenn Miller Orchestra, August 11th at the Palladium.
With traffic at 3:33, here's Matt Bear.
Southbound 3769 closed at Fairview Road because of a rolled semi. Here's what I know. Just got off the phone, and the rolled semi is mostly cleaned up. Everything is pretty good as far as that goes, but they have to make repairs to the concrete barrier and do some other repairs because the crash was in the I-69 construction zone. So once the repairs are done, they can open up the road. But right now, we do have stop traffic there. Use 135 and Man Road instead to get around this. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Don't let summer pass you by. There's still time to add the patio of your dreams. Backyard living starts at IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. A warm day today, low of 73 and a few clouds tonight. More clouds moving in Saturday with a high of 84 and a slight chance of rain. 82 degrees, partly cloudy downtown right now. I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Spanning the globe. Worldwide, online.
The Hammer and Nigel Show, 93 WIBC.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. Also joining us live in studio, Abdul Hakim Shabazz, longtime host here at 93 WIBC. He's an attorney. He's got indypolitics.org, and he's been covering what's going on rigorously at the State House all week. Abdul, what's the latest over there in terms of getting our money back with the $1 billion and of course, the abortion bill?
Well, the $1 billion you may get back.
Yeah.
May. Okay.
They can't even get that right.
I may win the Mega Millions tonight. Like, what kind of ballpark are we talking about
I
here?
plan to win the Mega Millions, so I won't be here after today. It's been a pleasure being on the Hammer Nigel Show with both of you. Basically, the House and Senate have different opinions on how to do the taxpayer inflation relief. The House wants to give you $225, which is what the governor wants, the extra $225. The Senate wants to pay down debt and freeze the sales tax tax on gasoline and get rid of the tax on utilities as a way to get more money to more Hoosiers.
So wait, the gas tax thing is back on the table?
No, they're just suspending, freezing the gas tax.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so that was my question. Is this a temporary thing, or is this just kind of a freeze, and then when nobody's paying attention, they're going to put it back on?
No, this is a temporary freeze. It'll come back in like 6 months to a year. So
Okay.
just depends on which one you're looking at. So that's that part of the equation. Something is going to definitely pass with the inflation relief. That I'm almost sure of. The abortion issue, I'm not so sure about, particularly after watching this week, because if you look at what happened, I want to say Thursday night, Republicans were basically split 50-50 down the middle. Half of them wanted only the mother's life as an exception. The other ones wanted rape and incest. And so 18-18, and then you got the Democrats who did want either one.
Right.
So basically, the amendments to just get rid of rape and incest failed. So
is that where we're at right now? Like, for those who follow this, but they're not real, inside baseball, what's in, what's out as of right now?
What is in right now is exemptions for the life of the mother, for rape and for incest. Those are all in. There's a criminal penalty for doctors or healthcare providers who perform an illegal abortion, and the Attorney General has been given authority to prosecute if a county prosecutor doesn't do it. That, in a nutshell, is in there right now. Where I don't think they have the votes yet, and this could change because remember, day in politics is a lifetime, and they'll be back tomorrow morning. Yay! My Saturday at the State House, wearing a shirt and tie. No Lollapalooza, no chocolate edibles. Damn it! Sorry about that, folks.
You could bring those with you.
Yeah,
you could bring those edibles with you and just put on your laptop and watch Lollapalooza.
Just stream it on Hulu Network. That's what I'll probably end up doing. So by looking at Republicans being split 50-50 down the middle, this puts it in the hands of Democrats, and there are 10 Democrats in the state Senate. So just do the math. So it's either 28 in favor or 28 opposed. And right now, I don't think the votes are there to get it done.
So wait a minute, so there are Republicans arguing that, like, in cases of rape and incest, those wouldn't matter. He wouldn't be able to get an abortion, like the 10-year-old.
Yeah, basically what some Republicans are saying is that a life is a life regardless how the life was conceived, and so therefore they can't carve out exemptions for rape or incest. And some like, hey, you got to have those in there. So
right.
That's where they're split.
So if they're still fighting with that, we haven't gotten anywhere near whether it's going to be possibly 12 weeks, 22 weeks, or no weeks at all. Have we even got those things on the radar yet?
Right now, there are no abortion is banned in all weeks, with the exception of rape, incest, and mother's life is in danger. However, if you're a younger girl, say like 16 and under, you get 12 weeks. If you're over 16, you get 8 weeks.
Okay.
Well, like, we talked to Representative Lucas this week, and I asked him, when this thing gets to the House, I mean, like
if it gets to the House.
Well, okay, that's the thing. Like, if it gets to the House, will it look like anything like it does now? And he's like, absolutely not.
No. And then if it does get out, it does get to the House, and the House makes changes, then they have to get together and go to what's called conference committee and work out the differences.
Dude, they've got it's till August 14th, right? They've got till August 14th to work this out.
Basically 2 weeks.
Do you see that happening, Abdul?
What I actually preferred. Well, I wish lawmakers would have left this issue alone. To be brutally honest with you, but if you're going to do it, I'd rather you take the time and do it right than do it fast and do it sloppy. And right now, this is a very messy process.
And if it doesn't get resolved in the next couple of weeks, then it goes back to what Indiana's law was previously, and they'll start discussing this next session in January.
Exactly.
Correct? Okay. Abdul Hakim Shabazz joining us here on the Hammer and Nigel show. All right. So you've been part of some polling at indypolitics.org. You had some interesting numbers. We talked about the prosecutor's race a little bit. For those who didn't hear that conversation, what are the numbers telling you about the prosecutor's race in Marion County?
Ryan Mears is ahead. But Cynthia Carrasco has a path to victory. I want to say the numbers are like 38-26 Mears Carrasco, but still a significant number of undecided voters right now. And a lot of those undecided voters are independent voters, where Mears is actually underwater with. So if you're Cindy Carrasco right now, what I'm doing is you're talking to those independent Democrats, those independent voters who think crime is a big issue and aren't on board with Mears yet.
One of the things that I've been critical of Carrasco is we haven't seen her enough. You've got a lot of material to work with here because Mears has dropped the ball in a lot, but we haven't seen her out there. The only time I've seen something is where she was campaigning in some of the surrounding areas, Beech Grove area, places in Marion County that vote for the prosecutor, but not in Indianapolis. Is that a smart strategy?
Right now, you basically you kind of keep your powder dry in a sense because number one, it's still summertime. Kids are going back to school. People's minds are people still on vacation, so people aren't necessarily paying attention. I think for her, it's time to after Labor Day. That's when I think they'll hit full thrusters with television ads and the whole 9 yards. It's basically windows of opportunity is what it is. And I think one thing I did think was interesting, where I think Mears has been extremely lucky, and Carrasco is going to have some issues, is when we ask, who do you blame for the crime problem? Is it the prosecutor? Is it the mayor? Is it criminals? Is it society at large? Both Republicans and Democrats, a plurality of them, blame society at large. They didn't blame Mears. They didn't blame the mayor. However, but here's the other weird thing, too. We asked if Indianapolis is safer than it was last year. The number 77% said no.
Okay.
So you got this interesting crime dichotomy taking place here.
And how many people were a part of the survey? And was there like an age group?
400 likely voters in Marion County.
And so when you do these polls, this is interesting to me. Just a little kind of a side question here. This isn't like a Twitter poll where you put it up yes or no, and people have 24 hours to weigh in. This is a professional thing through an agency or some sort of firm, right?
Yeah, through my pollster. His name is Andrew Weiser. He runs ARW Strategies. He's a good pollster and actually has a pretty good track record too. So I used him. I used him last year. Because that way he was sort of familiar with the background and everything, so the numbers really didn't surprise me. We had something to compare it to.
Have you looked at anything with the Secretary of State or any other races?
We looked at the Secretary of State's race. That's interesting because Diego Morales is actually losing.
Diego Morales is the Republican choice. You listen to our pal Rob Kendall, he's been telling you from day one, this may be a mistake.
And a young lady named Destiny Scott Wells is a Democrat, and Jeff Moore is the Libertarian. Destiny leads that race 31-28. Moore has 7, and another third of the voters are undecided. What makes that race so interesting is, as we have this conversation, there are 100 days until Election Day. Diego only has about 60% of the Republican vote. He's missing 40% of his base right now. And if 40% of your base is undecided with less than 3 months to go on some change, you've got some work to do.
What was that thing with the car? And was it campaign donations or was it?
Yeah. Diego used campaign contributions to buy a $43,000 Toyota SUV.
Why? I mean, is that legal?
Yeah, it's legal. I mean, you can use campaign money for any campaign expenditure as long as you disclose it. I think what the issue is for a lot of folks is, why did you go spend $43,000 when you could have spent maybe lease a vehicle for $1,000 a month? And then, been done with it.
So this was like a work expenditure, pretty much. Is that what?
Yeah. But the question is it just a work expenditure, or are people going to be using it for personal reasons? It opens up a whole bunch of unnecessary questions.
Where are the libertarians at? Because our libertarian friends, they're loud on social media. They want to have a seat at the big boys table. Are they going to play in anything this upcoming midterm election?
I think they will. And I think particularly in the Secretary of State's race, because if you're not a Democrat, you don't necessarily like Diego, you may go look at Jeff Moore and vote for him. Like I said, Jeff Moore had about 7% in our poll, and we polled 800 people statewide, margin of error less than 4%. So with Jeff Moore, he's actually got potential to hit that 10% mark. And if you hit the 10% mark, which is what libertarians want for ballot access, you can actually have to participate in the primary, which for libertarians would be almost unheard of.
Okay, so I know you're going to be out at the State House tomorrow. Suit, tie, possible edibles. Are you going to have a show tomorrow?
Yes, but it's going to be a weird show because normally the show's pre-recorded, but because things are so fluid with the abortion issue, we're figuring all that out right now, at least for the first hour.
And when is it?
1 to 3 Saturdays.
Abdul, thank you.
Hey, thank you, gentlemen.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture Mattress in Columbus. If you love Made in America as much as we do, you'll love Indiana-made Smith Brothers of Bern. Lifetime warranty on all upholstery is now 10% off the sale price, or finance interest-free for 48 months. Same offers available for all Made in the USA Lazy Boy furniture. Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus with free delivery.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get internet and security for just $60 a month when you add mobile and save $480 your first year. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. New Comcast Business 250 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. 2-year agreement required. Equipment installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Must add mobile within 90 days of internet install and keep all services for 12 months to receive discount. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most Root Metrics 5G data reliability wins in 2H 2021. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
So, first day at your new job. A lot of nerves, right? Not really. Why? Because when you were getting your associate degree at Ivy Tech Community College, you received hands-on training on state-of-the-art technology. Most of it the same equipment you'll be working on today. You're ready because the staff and faculty at Ivy Tech made sure of it. They met you where you were at, then helped you get where you were going. A new career paying $10,000 more a year than what you can get with just a high school diploma. And it all started at ivytech.edu.
This is Ryan Newman for Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives. I love my family, and I appreciate every moment we spend together. We've talked about some pretty tough stuff over the years, and one thing they know for sure is that I've signed up to be an organ donor. So the next time you're with your family, take a moment and let them know you love them, and be sure they know your decision to be an organ donor. You can learn more at donatelifeindiana.org.
Let Pierce Jewelers in Carmel take your older jewelry and gemstones and repurpose them into something new and exciting for that special occasion in your life. So shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Hi, I'm Joe Clark, host of Consider This, found right here Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. Grab a cup of coffee and join me as we talk about things you should consider affecting your financial future.
Don't let summer pass you by. There's still time to add the patio of your dreams. Backyard living starts at indiedecorativeconcrete.com.
All right, Matt Bear, it is Friday. People may be ducking out of work a little early. Let's get them where they need to be.
Looking at southbound 3769 at Fairview Road. It is closed all lanes right now because of a rolled semi from this morning. They're repairing the construction zone right now, and that's going to take a minute. Also looking at southbound 65 south side, crash at 465, blocking the left lane, causing a slowdown to Keystone. Traffic sponsored by Indie Decorative Concrete. Don't let summer pass you by. There's still time to add the patio of your dreams. Backyard living starts at indiedecorativeconcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
82 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
Hey, coming up after 4 o'clock, Joe Biden chatting with the president of China, what they did and did not talk about, plus a monkeypox update. But right now, Hammer. Outrage. 36% of people think bacon is an overrated breakfast food. Are you okay with this?
No, absolutely not. Bacon is not overrated, and anybody that said it was overrated is totally trying to pull a Skip Bayless. Now, let me break down what I mean by that. Skip Bayless is a sports commentator, used to work at ESPN. I believe now he's at FS. But he's notorious for saying ridiculous, outlandish things just for the sake of saying them. You don't have to like LeBron James, but you can admit that LeBron James is probably pretty good at basketball.
Sure.
Not according to Skip Bayless. See, that's the kind of crap that I'm talking about. Bacon might not be your favorite thing in the world, but don't tell me that it's overrated. People have bacon every single day. People have bacon so much, they start putting it on other things. bacon cheeseburgers. Sometimes you put it on your sausage.
BLTs.
There are bacon milkshakes. I believe you can get a bacon milkshake at the Indiana State Fair.
Bacon in your Bloody Mary.
Oh, that's right. See, no. Bacon is a universally loved product, and anybody that says that it's overrated is just doing it for the hot take effect.
How do you cook your bacon? My wife has discovered a way to make it pretty crispy and tasty. She puts it in the oven, not on the skillet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how does it take longer than the skillet?
Yeah. It takes
There's
a little
time's
bit
a
longer
factor
to
with me. I
skillet.
want bacon in my belly quickly.
Do you want to hear some of these other overrated breakfast foods?
This is from some poll, right?
Yeah, this new poll asked people which breakfast foods are the most overrated and underrated. 10,000 people voted in this poll, and they're ranked. Here's how they're ranked from most to least overrated. So the most overrated breakfast food, avocado toast. 57% said it's overrated.
I don't like avocado, so I'm good with that.
Smoothie bowls. I like a good smoothie bowl, maybe with some granola on top. They'd say that's the second most overrated. Followed by bacon, coming in third with 36%.
No.
So it's avocado toast, smoothie bowls, and bacon, the top three most overrated breakfast foods.
It's insulting that bacon's even anywhere near avocado toast. Bacon doesn't even need to be in the same kitchen as avocado
Guess what's
toast.
number 4? Donuts. 33% say it's overrated breakfast food.
Then these people don't have good donut shops around where they live.
Yeah, there's no Long's Bakery.
Right.
Where these people are at. There's no Jack's Donuts, baby. And then rounding out the top 5, yogurt parfaits. Maybe that's what I was talking about that I like. Yogurt. I love a good yogurt parfait.
So what's the difference between a smoothie bowl and a yogurt parfait?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't understand. As long as there's like granola on it, I don't care. Now, this one I don't like either. Number 6 is a tie between cereal and biscuits and gravy. 30% most overrated breakfast. This poll
Did
is
they
BS.
interview 1,000 members of Antifa? Like people who hate everything that's good and pure and free in this country?
10,000 people.
10,000.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
Oatmeal at 29%, scrambled eggs at 26%, then Eggs Benedict, the least overrated. So it's underrated, I guess. 25%. I love Eggs Benedict. Could be my favorite breakfast.
Speaking of
really
Benedict, our pal Benedict Polizzi,
Ben,
he is still hanging in there in his reality show. Make sure you catch up on all the episodes. F-Boy Island on HBO Max. Ben used to be part of our digital team here at WIBC. He was the real buff, good-looking dude in our car wash video, and he's done some other stuff with us as well.
Are you okay with this? After 61 years, Sprite will no longer be sold in green bottles. Sprite's making a major change. They're discontinuing the iconic green plastic bottle because of the environment. It's harder to recycle the green bottle. Are you okay with this?
No, I'm not, because the reason that they gave was it's harder. It can be done.
Yeah.
They're not saying that it's impossible. They're not saying that it's not something that's going to happen. It's just harder. When we look back years from now on why this country went to hell in a handbasket, you're going to have a lot of things to blame. Politics, bad parents, out of control kids, but somewhere shortly after that is going away from the green bottle with Sprite. It's iconic. That's what you know Sprite from. And don't tell me about this Sprite Zero stuff. It's got a white label, but damn it, it's a green bottle.
Yeah. Can we go over some of the other famous perms? You put a question out there. Who is your all-time favorite man with a perm?
Please.
Who did we mention initially?
So originally,
what were we talking about? I forget.
We had a story about a granny that went to go get a perm, and a good Samaritan took her there.
Yeah.
And that kind of got me down a rabbit hole of the Mount Rushmore of dudes with a perm. And on my list, I had Weird Al Yankovic, Phil Spector.
Does Weird Al count, though? Is it naturally curly? Does naturally curly, like an afro wouldn't count as a perm?
No. Tom Hanks, early in his career, was on there.
He had some curly hair, didn't he?
And Mr. Brady, Mike Brady, toward the end of the Brady Bunch.
Now, listeners have been tweeting in. Who did we miss?
I totally missed Richard Simmons. How could I let this happen?
But again, and then Bob Ross.
Yes, that's another one.
But again, is that a perm, or did he just have that naturally curly hair.
I think he kept the perm going. Like, he may have had naturally curly hair, but you can't tell me that he just wakes up that morning, picks it, and it's good to go. That's been permed. Some of the other folks that we forgot were Eric LaSalle's character and his entire family with the soul glow in Coming to America. Now, technically, it's a Jerry curl, but they do have perm products, if you remember the movie. Hit us up on social media.
What about Big Worm?
Big Worm, a big perm from Friday. Did he actually have a perm,
I'm
though?
sitting here, he had the curlers in and everything.
He did? Yeah. Okay. I'll take that. We'll take
for
that.
All my wrestling fans out there, I'm going with Ravishing Rick Rude.
Okay.
He had a perm?
I'll tweet it out. That was one hell of a perm.
So again, keep the comments coming. It's funny. We can talk about abortion. We can talk about elections. We can talk about Rona, and we'll get a few comments. We ask for your feedback on man perms. Boy, we can't keep up with the comments. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Think back. Think back to when back or neck pain didn't rule your life. Now, think about standing up to back pain today. Because you can. With highly skilled care from IU Health, Indiana's only nationally ranked healthcare system. Our spine experts use an integrated approach to care and the latest surgical and non-surgical methods, so you can move away from back pain and on with life. Schedule a safe in-office appointment or visit us virtually at iuhealth.org/spine program.
Hammer and Nigel here for our friends at All-Star Roof, Siding, and more. If you think you may have any kind of wear or tear or damage to your roof, siding, or need new gutters, be proactive. All-Star installs gutters and gutter covers. Let All-Star show what they can do for you compared to the competition, and All-Star offers many different solutions for your gutters and gutter covers.
Tom Myers and All-Star Roofing, celebrating 25 years in the business. Free inspections on your roof. All-Star is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, 0 ongoing complaints, and the owner of the company, Tom Myers, will come out to your house and he'll work with you if you need to meet with an insurance adjuster. I know this because I am a customer. I've seen Tom do it. All-Star Roof, Siding, and more. Give them a call right now. Have those gutters checked out. 317-522-6409 or go online to allstarroofingsiding.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Everyone knows that soaking in Epsom salts can make you feel better. Now imagine soaking in Epsom salts in a Royal Spa hot tub.
Ah, Royal Spa. What does Hancock Health's membership in the Mayo Clinic Care Network mean for you? It means our independent health network now has access to the knowledge and resources of the world leader in medicine. It means your Hancock Health doctor can now consult with Mayo Clinic specialists to confirm a diagnosis or treatment plan. And it means that together, we're making health possible for you. Learn more about our new clinical collaboration at hancockregional.org/Mayo Clinic.
I have energy efficient Window Nation windows installed in my house, and I've had them for a couple of years. They look great. My energy bills have gone down. Look, if you're feeling the heat inside your house, that's brutal. You don't have to put up with that. If you're noticing your AC running more than usual, if your energy bills are higher than normal, all reasons why you need new energy-efficient windows from Window Nation, the kind that I have. I love them.
This deal is a game changer. Check this out. Save $200 off any style of window from Window Nation with every 2 that you buy. Plus, no payments, no interest until 2024. Plus, you're going to get a free entry door with the purchase of a house of windows. So you'll save thousands of dollars on your new windows, your energy bills will go down, and you could have a new entry door, and you don't pay for anything for 2 years. What are you waiting for? 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
It's Christmas in July at Sundown Gardens. 50% off Miss Mary's Christmas decor and 30% off all balled and burlapped evergreens, shade, and ornamental trees. 186th Street and Spring Mill Road.
Coming up in 2 minutes, the House and Senate not on the same page with the governor's tax rebate. One person was shot and killed after a possible break-in Indy. And today is opening day at the Indiana State Fair. 82 degrees, mostly sunny downtown. All those stories are coming up next after Fox News Radio from the Shepherd Community Center studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis.
A grim discovery in Kentucky. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. 4 more children found dead as search and rescue crews backed by the National Guard look for bodies and survivors in floodwaters.
There's still a lot of people out there, still a lot of people unaccounted for. We're going to do our best to find them all.
Governor Andy Beshear expecting more deaths. The bodies of missing children found today would push the current total to at least 20 dead in all, including 6 children. President Biden approving a disaster declaration this morning. There is still more rain in Kentucky's forecast. The Justice Department is getting something it wanted from the January 6th committee.
The House panel investigating last year's Capitol riot is sharing 20 of its interview transcripts with the Justice Department. Federal prosecutors had requested transcripts back in May, but were denied by the panel. It's not known which transcripts are being shared, but a committee aide says there are no plans to share additional transcripts at this time. The January 6th committee has interviewed hundreds of witnesses and held several public hearings. Additional hearings are expected in September.
Fox's Jared Halpern on Capitol Hill. Prison officials in Alabama confirming the cause of a lengthy execution delay after a convicted killer was put to death more than 3 hours after the scheduled lethal injection of Joe James Jr. yesterday. The State Department of Corrections telling the Associated Press there was a problem establishing an intravenous line. They are not saying how many attempts were ultimately needed. Alabama called off an execution over IV issues back in 2018. Back-to-back rallies on Wall Street. The Dow up 316 points at the closing bell. Oil prices surging back over $100 a barrel earlier today, but then falling back under 99. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
One says yes, the other says no. 82 degrees and some clouds downtown. Lows in the 70s tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:02. The House and Senate have both voted on Governor Holcomb's proposed tax rebate and reached different conclusions. Eric Berman reports.
The $225 rebate sailed through the House 93-2. Speaker Todd Houston says it's the right relief delivered in the right way.
This is our taxpayers' money. I support the bill because I don't want to determine exactly who gets it and who doesn't. I think it should go back to everyone.
But Senate Republicans want to focus on paying down debt. They've replaced the rebate with a smaller cut in gas and utility taxes and voted down a Democratic variation on Holcomb's plan. The House and Senate will take up each other's bills next week. Eric Berman, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
3 men may have been involved in an armed robbery Thursday night in Greenfield. Several people said they heard a gunshot along Walnut Street, and a man told police that 3 men stole his car. One of them also had a gun. Greenfield police are asking for phone calls if you know anything. In Indy, someone was shot and killed after a possible break-in, says IMPD. They were called to a home along 34th Street, west of Crown Hill Cemetery, Friday morning, and found a man inside the home who had been shot and killed. IMPD believes it was a home invasion or burglary. The homeowner is cooperating with officers. 45 cases of monkeypox have now been reported in the state since June 18th, including 2 cases in children, says the Indiana Department of Health. Your risk of getting the virus is still low.
For the average person, you are at low risk for monkeypox right now. You're at much higher risk for any number of other diseases like COVID, like the flu, than you are for monkeypox.
Former State Health Commissioner Dr. Jerome Adams talking to Wish TV. The virus typically lasts 2 to 4 weeks. The state fair starts today. What's your favorite part?
The food. My favorite part is the prizes.
The hog show right here in the swine barn. And it'll be really cool when they get the new swine barn done next year.
The judges are pretty nice. They're consistent, really consistent. The corn.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
Now with Xfinity, you'll get unlimited internet with gig speed and supersonic Wi-Fi. With a 2-year internet rate guarantee, no annual contract required, and no equipment fees. Talk about knock your socks off. Ooh, plus a free Flex 4K streaming box. It's like hitting the streaming jackpot. It's all just $50 a month when you add Xfinity Mobile. $50 a month. A price that's truly jaw-dropping.
Oh, literally.
The speed you need at a price you want. Value that's simply bananas. That's the new Xfinity Supersonic Bundle. It's kind of a big deal. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. New gigabit internet customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
With traffic at 4:05, here's Matt Bear.
Southbound 37 is still closed to Fairview Road down in Smith Valley because of a rolled semi from earlier this morning. The semi, I've been told, is mostly cleaned up. They're repairing the construction zone now because it was a crash in the I-69 construction zone. Still on the south side, southbound 65 crash, 465, and it just moved out of the interstate. Still have stop-and-go traffic back to Keystone Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Staples Store. Staples is everything you need for school at prices that won't hold you back. Don't send your kids back to school. Send them forward at Staples, the working and learning store. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're dry, cool, and calm tonight as temperatures fall to the 50s in the overnight hours. Tomorrow, the cool start to your day. A fantastic Saturday. Partly sunny and dry with temperatures warming to the low 80s by afternoon. I'm Storm Track 8 Chief Meteorologist Ashley Brown on 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
On 93 WIBC.
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Let's give an update on the world's fight against COVID-19.
Woo!
COVID-19, oh, I swear that I mean at this moment.
There are three vaccines.
Kind of four.
China, piss off. Now you've made the world cough. We're all nervous because of COVID-19.
So Joe Biden had a little conversation with President Xi of China.
A 2 or 3 hour conversation.
Long chat.
Kind of scary to think about, actually.
One of the questions that came up at the White House press briefing earlier from Peter Doocy to the White House press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre was whether or not Joe Biden grilled down on President Xi on the origins of COVID. How's that investigation going? Do we have any information? Are you willing to apologize for basically giving this entire planet this ridiculous virus that you leaked out? This was the answer that was given.
On the origins of COVID, the two presidents did discuss the health security, and transparency is key part of that. As we have repeatedly said, the PRC is not living up to scientific and public health norms for data and information sharing. We have said this before, so that is nothing new. And we are the international community. We've said this needs more data. They need more information to make clear the determination on the origins of the pandemic. We continue to work with our partners around the world to press China to fully share information and to cooperate with the World Health Organization. So this has come up many times
I know it's come up before, but it came up today.
I'm just saying that the two presidents did discuss health security. That did come up.
I think that's a big fat no.
Yeah, you want to hear a definitive answer in that nonsense? So the answer is no. That's what we're going for. No.
You're on the phone with G for 3 hours. You're talking about Taiwan, probably. You're talking about, I don't think they specifically mentioned Nancy Pelosi and whether or not she was going to visit Taiwan. They really don't want her to, but there are a whole list of things to talk about, and really no mention of COVID being leaked out of a lab in Wuhan and infecting and killing 1 million Americans, and plus millions more around the globe.
Never came up. Never came up, Nige. On the subject of COVID-19.
And he just got over COVID-19.
You'd think it would come up, but then again, of course not. Maybe it's COVID fog. That's what he's got, COVID brain fog. Royal Caribbean, the cruise people, they're going to be changing their testing policy on shorter cruises now. Royal Caribbean will no longer require pre-embarkation COVID testing. I don't even know what that means. Does that mean that you don't have to have a Rona test before you take a cruise now?
Right, yeah. Before you embark, before you get on the ship, you don't have to have a negative test.
Okay. So it kind of feels like they're a little late to the party here. because even states like Hawaii, super liberal states like Hawaii, have gotten rid of all the COVID testing and mandates, and you don't have to wear a mask on flights anymore.
Yeah, but some are still like, Djokovic, number one player in the world, tennis player in the world, can't play in the U.S. Open because he's unvaxxed. So we're ahead of the game in some areas, and then behind the curve in some. Is that a thing, behind the curve?
Yes.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah,
no,
sure.
No, it's not. That's okay. But yeah, I don't want to go on a cruise anyway. You ever been on one?
I have never been on a cruise. I'd love to do one, to be honest.
I mean, these cruises have been turning into COVID cruises. There's still, everybody's vaxxed on the cruise. At one point, everybody on the cruise lines that took a cruise had to be vaxxed, and they were still coming down with COVID.
So you're telling me you wouldn't have a good time on a Hammer and Nigel show cruise if we organized a big cruise with us and listeners, and all we did was just get hammered and talk politics and have a good time, listen to music, swim in the pool? You wouldn't enjoy that.
We can't get a Hammer and Nigel bus trip to Nashville for a Colts game. How are we going to do the cruise line?
Touche. I retract my statement.
No, I think, I always said going on a cruise is the only way I'm going to see the world. Like a Mediterranean cruise, an Alaskan cruise, like a Nordic cruise. That's the only way I'm going to see parts of the world that I would rather not go to and just hang out for 10 days. Get on a cruise, go somewhere else, go see Italy, go see France, stuff like that. I don't know.
I see Italy, I see France, I see Mondo's underpants. We have a monkeypox update.
Oh, man.
Is there anything more cringeworthy than listening to the CDC director, Rochelle Walensky, try to dance around who's really getting infected with the monkeypox?
We do have seen now 2 cases that have occurred in children. Both of those children are traced back to individuals who come from the men who have sex with men community, the gay men community.
What was that?
So when we have seen those cases in children, they have generally been what I call adjacent to the community most at risk.
The men who have sex with men community. You could say gay, it's okay.
You can say homosexual community.
You could say that, it's
Can
okay.
you play it again? Just play it one more time, because I didn't quite pick it up the first time.
We do have seen now 2 cases that have occurred in children. Both of those children are traced back to individuals who come from the men who have sex with men community, the gay men community.
You could say gay, it's all right.
Oh, man, that is hilarious. The men who have sex with men community. What community do you and I come from?
I believe we have the men who have sex with women community.
That's our community.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the community that we've been assigned to.
Oh, man. Have you seen some of the pictures of the monkeypox victims of that?
Pretty gross.
That thing, man. It's like big sores and lumps and bumps on your face and chin and lips.
Yeah, don't touch that. Don't have sex with that. Don't touch that. Don't rub that. Just, if you're going to keep a 6-foot distance from COVID, how about you keep a 6-foot distance from anybody with big, massive sores on their body?
Right. Goes without saying.
If you're not scared of Rona and you're not scared of monkeypox, how about this? A germ that causes a rare and sometimes deadly disease has been found in the soil and water in parts of the United States.
Come on!
Health officials say that the bacteria was found on the property of a Mississippi man who came down with the disease called melioidosis.
Melioidosis.
The CDC explained once it's in the soil, it can be a health threat for other people in the area.
What are the side effects?
Fever, joint pain, headaches.
I wake up with that every morning.
Right. It says you could treat this with antibiotics if you catch it early, but it could if it goes untreated, lead to pneumonia, blood infections, and even death if it's not properly treated. It's also possible to inhale the bacteria.
Okay, that's where this is all going, right? In other words, more masks!
Oh, no.
More masks! If you can inhale this stuff, a mask is the end-all, be-all cure, from what I'm told.
So living in the United States right now, And Kyle, I think you can appreciate this analogy. It's kind of like we've got a WWE Royal Rumble going on. Already in the ring, you've got COVID and murder hornets and monkeypox.
Man.
And then you hear the music kick in. Wait a minute. By God, that's Contagious Soil's music. And Contagious Soil walks down to the ring and gets in. And now you've got a big Royal Rumble. Rona, murder hornets, monkeypox, and Contagious Soil.
Hey, the fair started today.
Yeah, that's right. Kansas is doing the concert tonight.
Yeah, I talked to the lead singer last week. I would love to go to check out Kansas. There's a ton of great free bands coming to the free stage. I think we're trying to line up interviews with Travis Tritt and Trace Adkins, just to name a few.
Right,
There's more than that.
KC and the Sunshine Band are coming, and a couple of others. I think Autograph. Turn up
the radio.
So tonight is night one of the State Fair. My favorite part's the food. I love the food.
Yeah, of course.
Ribeye sandwiches, tenderloins, deep fried candy bars, and of course, the giant chili dogs. And if you're going to talk about giant chili dogs and the Indiana State Fair, let's set the mood here. Here is John Mellencamp's Jack and Diane, but if all of the lyrics were sucking on a chili dog.
Sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a chili dog.
Come on!
Chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a dog, sucking on a chili dog.
Yeah!
Here we go.
Sucking on chili dog, sucking on a dog, sucking on a chili dog, sucking on chili, sucking on a dog, sucking on a chili dog, sucking on chili dogs. A little ditty about Jack and Diane, two American kids sucking on a chili.
Yeah! This is the part in the show where we remind everyone that in the chair that I am using right now, Mike Pence used to sit in. And he would deliver witty commentary throughout the course of the day. And we just played you all of John Mellencamp's song with every lyric being sucking on a chili dog. Matt Bear's got to look at the roads.
Looking at southbound 37, it's closed still because of that rolled semi from earlier this morning. Closed at Fairview Road, and they have to repair the construction zone because it's damaged, and once they get that done, we can reopen. Also, eastbound 465 stop to Harding over to 31. Southbound 465 stop and go 70 down to 74 on the east side. And coming into downtown inbound 65 jams at 21st. Traffic sponsored by BP. When you sign up for BP Me Rewards, you can get 5 cents off every gallon of gas every time at BP and Amoco stations. So go on, treat yourself. Download BP Me Rewards and start saving today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
By the way, shout out to our pal Drake for America on Twitter, reminding us that it's National Chicken Wings Day today as well. So go get a chili dog, suck on a chili dog, and enjoy some chicken wings as well. Right now, we've got sunshine 82 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Is this anything? Next.
Hey, race fans. This is Tim Wicker from Electric Plus. When you're looking for an electrical contractor to take care of your next construction project, facility upgrade, or simple maintenance work, make sure you call Electric Plus to give you a professional and top-quality project with the best team members in the industry. Just like race car drivers desire to be the best, the mission of Electric Plus is to be the best electrical contractor, period. Visit our website at electricplus.com to see how we can take care of your electrical needs.
Masters Heating and Cooling is helping you in 2022 with $750 in Masters bucks toward a complete Carrier system installed. Turn to the experts, plus receive perks like a free humidifier, 10-year parts and 3-year labor warranty, Masters Apple to Apple's price match guarantee, and 0% financing for 72 months to qualified buyers. Visit mastersheatcool.com today.
We are Masters. Tony Katz here with Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert. And Ryan, those rates are going up. Those rates are going up. But people can lock in with you now and have a lot of time to buy that house.
Absolutely. With our lock and shop program, Tony, we can lock you into today's rate. And then you can spend up to the full year finding the home of your dreams without having to worry about any more increases. So think about that. Lock in today. Take months if you want to find the right house, and we protect that rate for you. And heck, if rates go down, I'll even float you down. You have no risk there. Get pre-approved today at thehomeloanexpert.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-857-5656. That's 800-857-5656.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
It's Christmas in July at Sundown Gardens. 50% off Miss Mary's Christmas decor and 30% off all balled and burlapped evergreens, shade, and ornamental trees. 186th Street and Spring Mill Road.
Listen to the Hammer and Nigel Show this week on 93 WIBC from 3 to 7 p.m. for the chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Indiana State Fair for you and your friends or family.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Diamond Engagement Ring Store.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything? On 93 WIBC.
Hammer, how do we play? Is this anything?
I will run a couple different stories by you. I want you to weigh out all the information that's been presented.
Okay.
And then tell us if the story is anything or not. Is this anything? A cat figurine museum in Wisconsin has over 13,000 cat figurines and 7,000 on display. The couple that runs this museum is on their way to break the world record, and all proceeds will go to cat shelters. Here is Sean Redner talking about his museum.
I gotta leave something in my life. Why not be in the Guinness Book of World Records? It's just a cat figurine museum on the surface. But when you get down to it, it's all part of somebody's life. It's not just cat figurines, it's them, essentially. My goal is to hopefully move all of this into a coffee shop where we can have adoptable cats so visitors can come have a cup of coffee, hopefully bring home a cat. This is all we do. This museum has taken over my life.
Oh, please, Nigel, don't be cynical. Please be nice. Please, please, please. This guy's a weirdo. This guy, it's in his house. He's got 13, what this thing, the setup didn't mention, and the news clip that you played didn't mention that that's all in his house. He's got between 13, he's got 13 figures on display. He's got 7,000 on display and another 13,000 in storage. And I don't know where people find the time. You know, I barely have time to see my kids at night, a couple hours, especially when school starts. They're in bed. I wish I had the kind of time this guy has. But yeah, what's so special about cats, though?
What did we learn yesterday? What is a group of cats called?
Clowder? Clowder.
A clowder is a group of
13,000 cats. This is a man. I'm looking at this guy. I'm watching the news story. He's got a big bushy beard. It does not look like. Well, yeah, he actually kind of looks like the kind of guy that would have 13,000 cat figurines in his house.
Because normally when you associate somebody with having a bunch of cats, like the Simpsons have put it into our mind, it's the crazy cat lady.
Yeah.
Right? Like some
his
old
wife,
hag.
yeah, because I was watching this earlier. The wife admits, yeah, we're crazy. I'm a crazy cat lady. I admit it. At least they admit it. My cats are jerks. You had one, right?
We still have one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We have 2 cats, and I think this is the same way in your house. One of them is really nice.
Yeah.
We have a really cool cat that's like a dog named Tipsy.
Yeah.
And then we have Bitch Cat. And the name speaks for itself.
We have brothers, Gary and Lacey. Gary is a black cat. Lacey is kind of looks like a cow. It's black and white. And Gary is underfoot 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Doesn't take naps. If I'm down in the kitchen doing the dishes or making lunch or getting a beer, he is up, purring. I've got to watch. Seriously, every step I take in my house, if I'm not careful, I stepped on him so hard one time unintentionally. I felt really bad. He went, I thought I was going to have to take him to the vet. And he looked at me like, you mother effer after that. And so ever since then, I literally, every time I go down the stairs, every time I go down into the basement, I check to see if those damn things are underfoot. Because if they are, I'm taking a tumble. So yeah, you go have fun with the cat figurine museum. I'm despondent and depressed every night for the rest of my life here for the next, couple decades at least. I'm going to be changing poop out of a cat box, out of cat litter.
Have you always had cats? Did you ever have a dog first or anything?
Before we had kids, yeah.
Okay.
Like a puggle.
Okay. We had 2 dogs. We had Sable and Foley.
Whoa, wow, 2.
And then they were smaller kind of mutts, rescues.
Okay.
But they passed away. And then the kids were so heartbroken when the dogs passed away, they thought it would be inappropriate to get 2 replacement dogs. So that's how we got stuck with Tipsy and Bitch Cat.
And they're low maintenance, I will say that. Except for having to change their poop litter every night of my life. I didn't know I was going to be the one that tasked with that. When we first got the cats, I thought it was going to be, maybe Lindsay could do it one night.
The kids are old enough to do that. Nige, make the kids do that.
Yeah, maybe it's time for those chores to be done by them.
Is this anything? 5 bystanders rescued a mother and young boy after their car rolled into a bay in Nova Scotia. Here's an interview with a few of them describing what happened.
What happened to it? Did someone drive it in?
After parking the car, she was trying to get her stuff out of the car. At the same time, the car starts sliding into the water.
The lady was shouting so much. When we jumped in the water, we didn't know that there was a baby in the car.
We have to do something because if we call the 911, they have to take some time to reach there. It's too far from town.
I think if we get delay 1 or 2 minutes, maybe there's a loss of life.
Yeah, those are heroes. That's one of my worst nightmares. Crash into a retention pond with a couple of kids in the car, and you can't get the windows open and the doors won't open because of the pressure, and it slowly starts to fill up. One of my worst nightmares.
That happened in Indy not that long ago.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Horrible story.
So these guys are heroes, and they said, and they're right. You can't wait for 911. You see something like that happen. By the time the fire department gets there, it could be too late, especially if there's a baby in the back of the car.
Right.
Man, no thank you.
Is this anything? The lead singer of Mudvayne, Chad Gray.
Oh, the band?
Fell off the stage while performing the song Not Falling.
I know that song. Yeah.
The irony even makes the person recording this laugh a little bit. Take a listen. Oh, there he goes.
He does get right back up and back into the song full throttle. I've seen the video. But there's got to be nothing more humiliating than falling off the stage if you're a band. Look what happened to Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters a few years ago. That was overseas somewhere, maybe the Netherlands, maybe. I'm not sure. Sweden. I'm not sure where that happened, but he fell right off stage, and it was a long spill too. He broke his leg, or broke his ankle, broke his leg, broke something. Did most of the rest of the set with a doctor on stage holding his ankle in place in socket. Because if a doctor didn't stand, so literally Dave was playing the guitar and singing after he'd fallen off the stage and knowing that he was going to have to go get his leg reset. But it is got to be pretty embarrassing for band members or artists.
Anytime you fall, it doesn't matter if you're a band member.
Sure,
anytime you fall, it's embarrassing. When was the last time you fell?
Probably halfway down the stairs, my cat tripped me.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Drains. Coder Dave Magine reminds us that a comfortable temperature is only part of having a comfortable home.
Hey, folks, cooling season is allergy season.
Smoking, cooking odors, animal dander, pollen, humidity, and just everyday living can make your indoor air unhealthy. We can help by providing you with the proper air purifying and filtration system.
Go to bplusw.com for B&W Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Drains, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
As a parent, you want the best education for your child. Choose Marian University Preparatory School for this school year. Their faith-based online private school is currently enrolling students in grades 6 through 9. Your child will benefit from their personalized college prep curriculum and supportive community. Financial aid is available through the Indiana Choice Scholarship. To learn more about the unique educational experience of Marian University Preparatory School, visit k12.com/Marian. That's k12.com/MARIAN.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Trying to make a difference in Kentucky. 82 degrees, mostly sunny on Monument Circle. Low of 62 with a clear radar. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:30. There's been devastating flooding in Kentucky this week. John Herrick reports on one group trying to help who's from Indiana.
What you're hearing there is 32 people from Indiana Task Force 1 heading out to Kentucky with boxes, supplies, and much more to help people there who have been hit hard by flooding. People like this woman who saw her home get swept away by floodwaters.
The house started to move, first boat in, and then it was sort of hung on the electric line, and then the electric line snapped, and there went the house.
The task force says they'll be there as long as they're needed. They got on the road to Kentucky Thursday night. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Kentucky's governor says several people, including children, have died from the flooding. Tracy Neese, the mayor of Hindman, Kentucky, says he's never seen anything like this.
I've lived here for 56 years, and this is the largest water I've ever seen in the city of Hindman.
Mudslides are also a concern. Some have been reported in eastern Kentucky. Pretend you just won the Mega Millions jackpot. What would you do with the money?
Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and other people say give away your wealth because money destroys people.
I would take care of all my family members, and then I just vacation and chill.
Senators in Indiana have said no to Governor Holcomb's tax rebate plan in their first opportunity to vote on it. Here's Eric Berman.
Senate Republicans left the rebate out of their tax relief bill in favor of suspending the gas tax and the utility sales tax. Anderson Democrat Tim Lannon's proposal wasn't identical to Holcomb's. It would limit the rebate to people earning less than $125,000. Senators rejected it on a party line vote. Eric Berman, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Your stock report, the Dow rose 315 points to 32,845. The NASDAQ up 228 to 12,390 points. The S&P 500 also up today 57 points to 4,130. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:32.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get internet and security for just $60 a month when you add mobile and save $480 your first year. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. New Comcast Business 250 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. 2-year agreement required. Equipment installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Must add mobile within 90 days of internet install and keep all services for 12 months to receive discount. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most Root Metrics 5G data reliability wins in 2H 2021. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
With traffic, here's Matt Baer.
This is a bad crash on the east side, southbound 465 before I-70 crash. Right 3 lanes blocked. Traffic stopped at Penn Pike. And I'm hearing about an injury reported and entrapment involved. We'll continue to tweet at WIBC Traffic. And then we're having a crash right now. Allisonville Road between 82nd Street and 465. Eastbound 465, stop and go Keystone Avenue past Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Don't let summer pass you by. There's still time to add the patio of your dreams. Backyard living starts at IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're dry, cool, and calm tonight as temperatures fall to the 50s in the overnight hours. Tomorrow, the cool start to your day. A fantastic Saturday, partly sunny and dry with temperatures warming to the low 80s by afternoon. I'm Storm Track 8 Chief Meteorologist Ashley Brown on 93 WIBC.
82 degrees, mostly sunny downtown. I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show on 93 WIBC.
And Kansas will be singing all the classics tonight on the free stage at the Indy State Fair. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is over there. And we were talking earlier about we had played the audio of the guy from the band Mudvayne falling off the stage. And you'd asked me the last time I'd actually taken a fall was. And I partially took a spill a few years ago when my cat tripped me going down the stairs. But I remember now vividly the last hard spill I took, one which I almost didn't get up from, was the day of the Super Bowl. I went to get wings at the Friendly, and it had been snowing, and our driveway was iced over. And I got home and walking around the back of my truck. I mean, I was walking very gingerly. As well. I got a handful of wings, bag full of wings, and I just got horizontal from the ice.
Oh no!
And I hit. It was like a Clark Griswold type spill. I fell so hard, and the reason I almost didn't get up is because my head was an inch from the metal hitch on the back of my truck. I mean, I got so close to that thing, I'd still be laying there right now. And the funny thing is, my neighbor across the street has a really good security system. He got it all on camera. I text him. I go, "Hey man, check about this time to see if you pick anything up." And he immediately shot me back the footage of me. That was the worst I've ever. I mean, I couldn't move the rest of the night. It was awesome. My wife felt so bad for me.
Were the wings okay?
The wings were okay.
Good.
The wings, the package, the styrofoam box was a little busted open. It was cracked, and some sauce had spilled out a little bit, but the wings were intact. I was able to sit back and watch, but I was in pain for the rest of the night.
Was it one of those deals where you just fell quickly, or were you like slipping, kicking, and then you bit the dust?
It was quick. It was quick, and I was completely horizontal. And the thing is, I was trying to take my time, too, because I knew the driveway had been iced over, and it was cold, and I knew, but nope. I mean, and again, my head an inch from that metal hitch on the back of our truck.
I could see your wife, Lindsay, like opening up the front door. Yeah. Quit farting around and bring the wings in. Were you drinking?
Yeah, well, you know, that's part of the thing on Super Bowl Sunday at the Friendly. They're usually closed, but they open up special, and I usually like to tailgate there about an hour early and have a few while I wait for them to make my wings.
So we talked earlier in the week about the mayor of Washington, D.C., Muriel Bowser. Now she wants the National Guard to come in. When there were riots happening in the city in the Summer of Love, when there were rumors that there could be some drama happening on January 6th, she refused the National Guard. But now that Governor Abbott of Texas is sending busloads of the migrants and dropping them off right on the Capitol doorsteps, now she's calling for the National Guard to intervene.
Funny how that works.
So
it's almost like she doesn't want them there.
That's weird.
It's racist.
Seems like she was fine with Texas and Arizona dealing with the problem, but now it's a little different. So the White House press secretary, remind me of her name again, Big Nige?
KJP, Karine Jean-Pierre. To say it like a pervy Frenchman every time we say that?
Yes. Yes, I do.
All right.
She's blaming the Republicans for the migrant crisis. She claims that it's the Republicans using the migrants as a political tool.
As to your question on the National Guard, I refer you to the Department of Defense. They will have that answer for you. We have been in regular touch with Mayor Bowser and her team. And I said this before. I said this last week about Republicans using migrants as a political tool, and that is shameful and that is just wrong. There is a process in place for managing migrants at the border. This is not it, what they're doing currently. That includes expelling migrants as required by court order under Title 42, transferring them to ICE custody or placing them in the care of local NGOs as they await further processing. Again, so what Republicans are doing, the way that they're meddling in the process and using migrants as a political pawn is just wrong.
Boy, that's rich. Using illegal immigrants as political pawns. What have the Democrats been doing for years with their open border policies? Sanctuary cities across the United States, getting those votes coming in for Democrats. I'd say the Democrats are the ones that are using the illegal immigrants.
AOC had a whole photo shoot down at the border. The white suit, the red lipstick, the crocodile tears coming down. She had a whole glamour shot session done using migrants as a political prop.
And then it turned out the pictures, there weren't even any illegals on the other side of the fence. It was like a SUV. It was like just military equipment in a tent and a truck.
These people, man. So after that nonsense statement from the White House press secretary, Peter Doocy, the White House press reporter for Fox News, he had some follow-ups.
So the White House's preference would be for small towns in Texas and Arizona to have to take care of these migrants rather than a large metropolitan city like Washington, D.C.
That is not what I said.
That is what you said.
You said
you think that
I
people
said
are
that
using
there is.
migrants.
Yeah, they are. They're sending migrants to big cities on purpose,
So
using them as a political ploy.
So if they don't go to big cities, where should they
There's
go?
a process. I just laid it out. There's a process.
and they come to
Process
a big
is
city, and
overwhelmed.
The mayor says she's the National Guard.
That's
So
because Republicans are using migrants who are coming here for who knows, because they're dealing with humanitarian issues back in their country. They're coming here for a better life, and they are being used. Peter, they're being used by Republican governors. That is what's
Does any
happening.
of this just make the president want to say this is causing a lot of burdens on small cities, big cities? Maybe I should just close the border.
What I'm saying is what Republicans are doing is wrong, and there is a process in place, and we should follow the process. There's a legal process in place.
So, no, we're not going to close the border, and we're just going to bitch and moan and blame it on the Republicans.
Although Biden did quietly give the go-ahead to construct the rest of that Arizona border wall, right?
Right by Yuma. Yes.
Yeah. That's not getting a whole lot of coverage.
Because he said previously not 1 foot of that border wall will be constructed under his presidency. And what does he do today? Finishes part of the border wall by Yuma, Arizona.
Well, good.
By the way, when I say Yuma, Arizona, what are the two things that you can think of?
I have no idea. What?
I'm thinking of the Eagles. I'm standing on the corner in Yuma, Arizona. Or is that Winslow? Winslow. So I screwed that one up.
That one's all right. Scratch
TK
that
Dub,
one
who's from Yuma, Arizona?
Nick Papagiorgio.
That's right. Nick Papagiorgio, you're from Yuma. You work in software.
Smile, kid. You're in Vegas.
Thank you. I screwed up the first one, but I knew the second one.
Vegas vacation reference there.
Mondo, let's do a round of Is It Racist?
It's time to play. Is it racist?
Now, for those of you who don't know how to play this game, or maybe you're listening for the very first time, here to explain how it's played is AOC.
Is it racist? Is something racist? Yes or no?
Some Mexico City residents say they're sick and tired of Americans living in and visiting their area because they're raising the rent and shifting many regions from Spanish to speaking English.
Oh.
They're even saying that a lot of taco shops and corner shops are turning into cafes and Pilates studios.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'd say that's racist. Yeah. Boy, it's interesting how some things work.
Right.
Right?
This is exactly a South Park episode. There was an episode of South Park where a bunch of rich people moved into South Park because they wanted to buy mountain homes, and all the poor townies were upset, and it became almost like it was racist the way they were treating the rich people. This is part of that episode where Bill Cosby moves into South Park, and he's taking his kids to the zoo.
Oh, boy, we're going to the zoo. We can eat the jello pudding. Oh, this is going to be fun, kids. We're going to the zoo. We can eat the
getting on the bus.
Chocolate cake. Hey, what are you doing? If you're going to ride the bus in South Park, you're going to have to sit in the front. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the first class seating is.
Yeah, how do you like that, Richard? Well, it's very nice, actually. Yeah, I'll bet it is. Very, very comfy. Uh-huh, looks like it.
The rich people have to sit in the front of the bus.
I mean, imagine, I read this whole article about how, because people are moving from California with the oppressive taxes and policies, and they're moving to Mexico City where it's cheaper to live. And I mean, imagine if the news media caught wind of some white person in America saying, yeah, I don't like what's going on here. I don't like that these immigrants are moving here because they're changing the Pilates studios and the cafes and the taco stands, and they're starting to speak Spanish. I mean, that would be all over the news.
Now, to be fair, let the record clearly state, I'm Team Taco Stand. You can tear down all the Pilates you want. I'm Team Taco Stand. All right, coming up next, Spencer Thompson, our pal from Thompson Furniture. They're having a listening party. It's getting ready to get going.
Yeah.
We'll talk to him, and he's going to tell us some of the awesome prizes they're going to give away next week when we broadcast live down in Columbus. So that's coming up next, but right now, I'm just going to make it easy on you. No games, no contests, just caller number 9. Caller number 9, 239-9393, 4 tickets to the Indiana State Fair.
All right.
It's now open. It's open for business. 4 tickets. Caller number 9, 239-9393.
I'm telling you, you do not want to miss the party happening a week from today down south in Columbus. Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Hammer and Nigel going on the road, taking the show live to Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. It's more than a furniture store. It's a giant party. Lots of beer, lots of food, and tons of giveaways, including a free mattress and Lazy Boy. That's next Friday, August 5th, starting at 3.
Thompson Furniture in Columbus. That's where I got my amazing Tempur-Pedic mattress. I've got the remote control that goes with it. I can raise up. I can go down. It's got a massage feature. And what's great about Thompson Furniture is that they have free delivery for up to 75 miles of their store. Free delivery. Everybody else is raising their delivery prices. Thompson's is free, and they support what we do here at the Hammer and Nigel Show. Take care of these guys. Thompson Furniture and Mattress, thompsonfurniture.net. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
I don't always black out when I'm drunk.
My kids can't tell that I'm high, so it's okay.
I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink in the morning.
I still have a job, so my drug use isn't a problem.
I can stop using whenever I want.
Don't ignore the signs of addiction. You don't have to wait until it's too late to get help. At Landmark Recovery, we're here to provide affordable and effective addiction treatment. Call 866-LANDMARK or visit landmarkrecovery.com to get help today.
When your celebration of life is prepaid in advance, it becomes a gift from you to your family later, because no one should have to plan for a loss while they're experiencing one. Paying in advance protects your loved ones and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Let us help you plan every detail with professionalism and compassion. We're Feeney Hornack Mortuaries. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
Feeney Hornack Keystone Mortuary.
My name is Taylor McLean, and my brother saved 5 lives. In 2016, when my brother, Hoosier race car driver Brian Clausen, tragically died in a racing accident, he became a hero because of his decision to be an organ donor. That decision has inspired countless others to do the same.
He didn't just give somebody his heart. There were several people that were recipients of him, and that's powerful.
NASCAR champ Ryan Newman sat down with Indiana Donor Network and shared how signing up to be an organ donor is bigger than one person.
I mean, to think about what you can do for yourself is one thing, but what you can do for so many others is powerful. And I'm just proud to be a part of what Brian and his family had started in Indiana Donor Network and the Driven to Save Lives campaign.
Learn more or sign up as an organ donor at driventosavelives.org.
Want to express the heartwarming message that says love is all about being together? Let a Pierce Jewelers diamond engagement ring be that symbol that says I love you. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Tune in this weekend for Everyday Wealth with Soledad O'Brien and Gene Chatsky, presented by Edelman Financial Engines. For airtimes, visit everydaywealth.com.
Don't let summer pass you by. There's still time to add the patio of your dreams. Backyard living starts at indiedecorativeconcrete.com.
Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
This is an awful crash over on the east side of southbound 465 before I-70. We have 5 right lanes blocked right now, leaving only the far left lane open for travel. A traffic stop past Penn Pike to East 56th Street. We are not moving because of this crash. Multiple people could be injured, and somebody is trapped inside a vehicle right now. Again, the crash, east side, southbound 465 before I-70, with 5 travel lanes blocked. Only the far left lane is available right now. Avoid at all costs. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Don't let summer pass you by. There's still time to add the patio of your dreams. Backyard living starts at IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
82 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
And we're back. The Hammer and Nigel Show, 93 WIBC.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is right over there. About an hour away from Beer Sample Friday. The libations, of course, have been provided to us by the sponsor of Beer Sample Friday, Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. And as a matter of fact, a Hammer and Nigel listening party about to kick off in the parking lot of Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Go to the drivehubler.com hotline and bring on my man Spencer Thompson. Spence, what are you doing, man?
Hey, what's happening?
So today is another Hammer and Nigel listening party on your parking lot. You get the food, you get the beer, and but it's next week when Hammer and I will physically be out there doing the show from your facility.
That's right. So, today is just like the other ones where we're just going to have some brats and dogs and beer, so just a nice summer cookout, 5 to 6 today. But, yes, Friday, August the 5th, you guys are here, and it's going to be awesome.
So anybody that's listening right now, if they're getting in their car, they're coming home from work or whatever, they can totally come by. You don't have to reserve anything. No. Nothing costs anything. You can just come by, hang out, grab a dog, grab a beer, and listen to the show for a little bit, correct?
That's right. Just swing on by. Nothing, no cost to them. Come enjoy themselves. They just want to grab a dog and hit the road. They can do that too. But yeah, come hang out for an hour, listen to you guys, have a beer on us. We'd love to see you.
Now, so next week when Hammer and I are out there doing the show live, you've got a ton of stuff. I'm just looking at this email you sent Hammer and I of all the giveaways you've got, including a $3,000 mattress.
Yeah, man. So I'm looking here. We're going to give away a Stearns & Foster mattress set, a Yeti cooler, one of those Yeti Hall coolers where they're on the wheels, so it's good to take to the ball games and everything, the big ones. Solo stove, we're going to give away a Lazy Boy recliner, lots of Yetis, lots of other stuff. So same thing. All people have to do is show up and register, and then you guys are going to pull some names out of a hat here and there, and their name gets pulled and they're here, they're going to win that item. So it's pretty simple, and same deal. Next week, it's all on us. They just have to show up. So we do have some tickets that they can pick up ahead of time, but if they just want to show up, we're expecting a big crowd, and then we'll have a big Lazy Boy area set up where people can grab a beer and pizza and kick back and listen to you guys for a while.
We are hoping for a full-on Hammer and Nigel show invasion next Friday down in Columbus, because we're doing the whole show there, not just Beer Sample Friday. We're going to be there starting at 3, live, doing the show. We're cracking beers, we're having food, and you're giving away a buttload of prizes, so we hope that everybody comes out. Now, you do have to be present to win some of these big, awesome prizes, right?
Yeah, I think that's always simple. Just if you're here, your name gets called, it's kind of like the Price is Right. Come on down, take it, go.
I know you guys have been around since the 30s down there. Like, how far does a lineage go for you? Was it your grandpa that owned it first, and then your dad, or was it your great-grandpa, and then your grandpa and your dad, and now it's you?
Great-grandfather, my grandfather, my dad, and now myself and my brother Nick.
Wow. That's unbelievable, man.
So
you got some
95 years.
loyal customers.
It's been a while.
I am planning on doing the full show on a Tempur-Pedic mattress.
In your underpants.
Underpants.
I'm gonna lay on one similar to the one that my wife and I got from you guys. That's changed our lives. And hey,
I don't want to forget. Next week it's a family thing. We're gonna have lemonade. We have a cotton candy machine, all that stuff. So bring the kids, hang out. It's going to be awesome.
Maybe we'll do Fun Facts for Kids live with the little kids in attendance. I'm sure that'll go over really well.
That'll go over really well.
So that's all coming up next week. Again, we want to see as many people as possible at Thompson Furniture in Columbus. Nigel and I don't do a lot of these live shows. This is kind of a rare deal. So the last time we did one, we packed the joint in Shelbyville. Now, C-Bus, Columbus, we need you to represent. If you're a Hamroid or a Nigerian, that's what we call our individual fans, we need you to show up and represent. And Spencer's going to give away awesome prizes.
And in the meantime, here in the next hour, there's a Hammer and Nigel listening party in your parking lot right now. So,
right.
Hey, man, Spence, we'll talk to you soon. Have a great weekend, brother. And we'll see you next Friday for the live show.
Yeah, we're excited. We appreciate everything you guys do. Have a good weekend.
You got it, man. Thank you. And if you're going to stop by Thompson Furniture in the next hour, take some photos, send them to us here at the Hammer and Nigel Show. We'll post those out there. Don't go anywhere. Top stories next.
Tony Katz for Premier Arms in Brownsburg, Central Indiana's premier arms dealer. And yeah, they're doing construction there on Green Street. And yeah, that construction has been a pain in the you-know-what, but it's going to be worth it because they have the selection of new and used firearms that you want to see. And PA Jewelers, the jewelry store inside Premier Arms, means that there is something there for everyone. It is worth the drive and a little bit of traffic to get to Premier Arms, 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg, 317-858-3030 or online at premierarms.com.
There's a lot depending on your heart, which is why Community Health Network has put the experts and technology in place to provide the most extensive cardiovascular care in your neighborhood. From preventive care to life-saving interventions, our numerous Indiana locations provide the right care for your needs. Because with every heart we save, we prevent another from breaking. To learn more, visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Masters Heating and Cooling is helping you in 2022 with $750 in Masters bucks toward a complete Carrier system installed. Turn to the experts, plus receive perks like a free humidifier, 10-year parts and 3-year labor warranty, Masters Apple to Apple's price match guarantee, and 0% financing for 72 months to qualified buyers. Visit mastersheatcool.com today.
We are Masters.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get internet and security for just $60 a month when you add mobile and save $480 your first year. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. Requires EcoBill and autopay. New Comcast Business 250 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. 2-year agreement required. Equipment installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Must add mobile within 90 days of internet install and keep all services for 12 months to receive discount. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability wins in 2H 2021. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
Hi, I'm Joe Clark, host of Consider This, found right here Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. Grab a cup of coffee and join me as we talk about things you should consider affecting your financial future.
At Tire Discounters, we do everything, but not everything.
Thanks for calling Tire Discounters.
Yeah, so do you guys do brakes?
Absolutely.
Shocks and struts?
Yes.
Balloon animals for my kid's party?
Ooh,
All right, oil changes.
Bingo.
Astrophysics?
Can you hold, sir? Hey, Brainiac! Yeah. Do you know astrophysics? Yep. Okay, sir, that's a yes.
How about coolant fluid exchanges?
Of course.
I'm still bummed about those balloon animals, though.
Plus, brakes, shocks and struts, alignment, and more.
Hey, it's Big Joe for Absolute Comfort, your trusted independent American Standard Air dealer. And owner Chris Wedekin sells the Mitsubishi Electric Mini Split, a great option for heating and cooling where ductwork can't be installed.
If you have one of those homes that has baseboard heat or electric heat, ceiling cable heat, these can be specifically designed for those houses because in those houses it's very difficult having to do all the construction and remodeling that goes with adding ductwork into those types of homes.
Find out more by going to AbsoluteComfort.org. Absolute Comfort is your trusted independent American Standard Air Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
When the weather turns severe, turn to the WIBC Storm Desk, presented by Technology Recyclers, certified electronics recycling. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes, the House and Senate have voted on the governor's tax rebate. There's some mixed feelings there. Drought conditions are getting better in Indiana, and IMPD are investigating what they believe was a break-in. All that and more after Fox News Radio from the Shepherd Community Center studios. It's 82 degrees, mostly sunny downtown right now. You'll have lows in the 60s tonight. A clear radar, too, by the way. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
This hasn't happened since before Russia invaded Ukraine. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on the phone with Russia's foreign minister, urging him to accept a U.S. offer for the release of 2 detained Americans, Paul Whelan and basketball star Brittany Griner.
I urged Foreign Minister Lavrov to move forward with that proposal. I'm not going to characterize his response, and I can't give you an assessment of whether I think things are any more or less likely, but it was important that he heard directly from me on that.
Blinken hasn't confirmed reports. The offer is a prisoner swap that would hand an infamous arms dealer serving time in the U.S. back to Russia. Kentucky's governor says it could take weeks to know for sure how many lives have been lost in record flooding. But more bodies have been found today as search and rescue efforts continue.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear said after his flyover that he knows there are at least 6 children who've been killed in this flooding. He said as governor, he's flown over flooding before, but nothing ever this bad.
Jackson, the area around it, and Breathitt County, devastated. Much of the city itself underwater. Hundreds of homes, their ball fields, their parks, businesses, under more water than I think any of us have ever seen.
He said he saw 6 helicopters in the air during his flyover actively rescuing people, though he does expect the number of those killed to increase. Beshear has declared a state of emergency, and President Biden has approved of a disaster declaration for the state.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal, the governor confirming at least 16 dead earlier today, later announcing the bodies of 4 missing children had been found, but the state's official count hasn't changed for now. City officials in Chicago urging people considering drug use at this weekend's Lollapalooza Music Festival to test substances first over concern about deadly fentanyl. The city's distributed hundreds of thousands of fentanyl test strips. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Mixed feelings on the rebate. 82 and mostly sunny on Monument Circle. Low of 62 tonight. Nothing on radar. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:02.
Pay off our obligation first.
Kokomo Senator Jim Buck says Holcomb's tax rebate is irresponsible. The House thought otherwise. Eric Berman reports.
The $225 rebate sailed through the House 93-2. Speaker Todd Houston says it's the right relief delivered in the right way.
This is our taxpayers' money. I support the bill because I don't want to determine exactly who gets it and who doesn't. I think it should go back to everyone.
But Senate Republicans want to focus on paying down debt. They've replaced the rebate with a smaller cut in gas and utility taxes and voted down a Democratic variation on Holcomb's plan. The House and Senate will take up each other's bills next week. Eric Berman, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Someone was shot and killed after a possible break-in, says IMPD. They were called to a home along 34th Street west of Crown Hill Cemetery Friday morning. Found a man inside the home who had been shot and killed. IMPD believes it was a possible home invasion or burglary. The homeowner is cooperating with police. The recent rain in parts of Indiana have improved the drought situation across the state, but there are some areas that could really use some rain.
Unfortunately, near the Indianapolis area, kind of heading towards Lafayette, we're still dealing with some lingering drought problems just because we haven't gotten quite as much rain as some of those other locations.
Andrew White with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says there doesn't appear to be heavy rain for the next few days for most of Indiana. The state fair started today. What are you looking forward to?
Food.
Same, for sure.
Playing the lottery. And so far, we keep winning the $1 tickets over and over again, so I guess that's a good thing.
Being able to come here and exhibit and show my animals off to everyone.
Ice cream.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
Hello, Indianapolis. Looking to save money on your wireless bill? You can when you choose Consumer Cellular. Sign up today and you'll get the exact same coverage as the leading carriers for half the cost. This gives you direct access to the widest, most established cellular networks available. Consumer Cellular offers flexible monthly plans with no contract and simple, affordable service that's perfect for your lifestyle and budget. Featuring a wide variety of top-of-the-line phones from Samsung, Motorola, and Apple, you'll find a phone that's perfect for you. Everything is backed by a 100% risk-free guarantee, plus 100% U.S.-based award-winning customer support. Switch your talk, text, and data today and save up to $250 a year. Right-size your plan and downsize your bill with Consumer Cellular. Visit consumercellular.com/Indianapolis to start seeing the savings today.
Traffic on the 5s at 5:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Just an awful crash on the east side, Harrison. Looking at southbound 465 before I-70. Crash. 5 right lanes blocked, leaving only the left lane open for travel. Traffic is stopped past East 56th Street to Fall Creek. Multiple injuries reported, and one person was trapped inside a vehicle. Right now, the delay is about 4 miles long, and on 58 minutes, now 65 minutes to get through this delay from the back of the line to avoid. Inbound 65 stops at 21st Street to the north split, and a crash on the east side, Washington and Musing. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Looking to save money with DriveWise from Allstate? The safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're dry, cool, and calm tonight as temperatures fall to the 50s in the overnight hours. Tomorrow, the cool start to your day. A fantastic Saturday, partly sunny and dry with temperatures warming to the low 80s by afternoon. I'm Storm Track 8 Chief Meteorologist Ashley Brown on 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
On 93 WIBC.
So let's rock it!
Hello. I'm Nigel. Hammer's over there. So the House is voting on this ban of assault-style weapons today, whatever that means. I don't have the... I don't think they've voted on it yet. I don't know. It definitely has a chance of passing the House, but it's not going to survive the Senate.
Is this that dog with the machine gun on its back? Is that what they're talking about? We had that story earlier in the week.
That was very scary. But the ban is, it's not going to get through the Senate where, you need 60 votes for the filibuster. But Nancy Pelosi was talking about this today, and she was on her high horse, on her soapbox, saying that, listen to this. She's on the House floor today talking about irresponsible parents teaching their kids how to shoot a gun.
I talk about it on the floor this afternoon. I'm going to show a presentation of what some totally irresponsible people are putting out there about little children, toddlers, learning how to use an assault weapon. Smaller assault weapons, but a gun like mommy and daddy. Small assault weapons, but getting their muscles ready to be able to use it. Is that sick?
How dare these irresponsible parents try to show their kids at an early age the proper way to handle a firearm? Oh, my goodness. The agony, the humanity. Hammer, Nancy Pelosi, ranking on parents trying to show their kids the responsible way to use guns.
But she's just fine with 4-year-olds getting puberty blockers, right? We're fine with that. That's fantastic. She's all in.
Yeah.
She's taken all of her chips, put it on the table, pushed it all in the middle of the pile on 4-year-olds getting puberty blockers, but teaching kids safety around a firearm can't have that.
If your 3-year-old announces that he or she is gay, you better damn well affirm that, or we're coming to get you. We're sending social services to come get you and yank that kid at your house if you don't affirm that they're a homosexual and they have those tendencies at 3 or 4 years old.
If you do
You're
not
a
want your
horrible parent.
child.
You're just an awful human being if you do not affirm. But don't you dare teach them a proper, responsible way to handle and fire a gun. Wow.
That's so over the top. And this shows you the division between this country, right? There are people that feel like 4-year-olds should absolutely have puberty blockers and possibly having stuff cut off of them. But looking at a gun and trying to be safe around a gun, oh no, run for the hills. I mean, this is the same country we live in. I get it. I see why we are so divided because I don't know if I have anything in common with some of these people on the left. Like, I'll try to meet you halfway. Maybe we can talk about sports. Maybe we can talk about movies or music, but we are different people. We live in different stratospheres when it comes to most stuff. And that's where we're at right now. So with that being said, TK Dub, why don't we dive into some legal stuff? Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff. Kind of a slow day in terms of abortion talk at the Indiana State House today, Nigel.
Boy, I'll be so sad the first day on this show where we don't have to mention the word abortion once. That'll be disappointing. I'll be a morose. Actually, I'll be the opposite. I'll be quite excited when that day comes.
Abdul loves this stuff, and he's ticked off he has to go into the State House tomorrow on Saturday to cover it.
Yeah.
Because they're reconvening tomorrow on a Saturday to kind of go over some of the amendments and what's in, what's out, fight a little bit more. This is a mess. This is a big train wreck right now. But if we have any news, we will certainly pass it along to you. Now, one of the guys that, in a roundabout way, made all of this possible was Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito. He was one of the Supreme Court justices that was all in on overturning Roe versus Wade. First, we had the leak from the Supreme Court, which, by the way, what's the update on that?
We don't have one.
There is none. There isn't one. And then you had the decision. Kind of came from a case in Mississippi, and then because of that, Roe versus Wade was basically overturned. Take a listen to this. Supreme Court Justice Alito speaking out publicly, really for the first time since Roe v. Wade was overturned, and he's got jokes. He was kind of bringing the heat to Boris Johnson and Prince Harry.
I've had a few second thoughts over the last few weeks since I had the honor this term of writing, I think, the only Supreme Court decision in the history of that institution that has been lambasted by a whole string of foreign leaders who felt perfectly fine commenting on American law. One of these was former Prime Minister Boris Johnson, but he paid the price.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Post hoc ergo propter hoc, right? But others are still in office. President Macron and Prime Minister Trudeau, I believe, are too. But what really wounded me was when the Duke of Sussex addressed the United Nations and seemed to compare the decision, whose name may not be spoken, with the Russian attack on Ukraine. Well, despite this temptation, I'm not going to talk about cases from other countries.
Alito, who knew he had any sense of humor whatsoever?
Right, I thought he was a robot.
He's always got this look on his face like he's squeezing his cheeks until he can get to the bathroom.
Right, but he was kind of roasting, doing a little Comedy Central roast there of Boris Johnson and Prince Harry.
Boris Johnson, for anybody to criticize the overturning of Roe v. Wade, like we had that clip of the idiot singer from Green Day, Billy Joe Armstrong, saying, "I'm going to renounce my citizenship and move to the UK after Roe v. Wade." Well, the UK, there's a lot of European countries that have even stricter laws than we do here in the United States.
It's almost like you're telling me Billy Joe didn't think this thing through.
No.
Shocking.
No, he's on stage in front of a few thousand people and a microphone just saying whatever comes to mind, even though it doesn't make any sense. Kind of like we do sometimes.
True. Even more legal stuff. Dateline, Florida. A Florida man was arrested after he allegedly stole a pickup truck, drove it to the Space Force base, and tried to tell all of the leaders that the government was getting ready to have a fight with Chinese dragons.
I'm sorry, Florida man.
Yes.
That surprises me.
Corey Johnson was arrested after he attempted to get the attention of the leaders on the base to deliver his message that the U.S. was getting ready to get into a fight with Chinese dragons. This is a message that he claims he was told by the president.
Oh, well, now I do believe him.
100%. 100%.
I mean, like, honestly, I could imagine Joe Biden telling somebody, if you could you do the Joe Biden?
Mondo, what would it sound like if the president of the United States was telling this Florida man that we're getting ready to get into a fight with Chinese dragons?
Hey, said Joe. And he pushes her to your pal. We're going to fight with these Chinese dragons. It's not a joke.
I absolutely believe this man was told that by the president.
I do too.
Yes.
Anyway. Without question. Matt Bear's got to look at the roads.
All right, guys, we're over on the east side right now. East side, southbound 465, a crash before I-70. And right now, 5 lanes are blocked. 5 lanes on the southbound side, leaving only the left lane available for travel. Traffic is stopped back to 75th Street. So we have a delay running about an hour and 20 minutes right now, about 5.5 miles long. Injuries reported. Somebody was trapped inside a vehicle. Do avoid this crash. Southbound 465 before 70 on the east side. Traffic sponsored by NHTSA NHTSA. If you speed, there are lots of sounds that you might hear, like the sound of your vehicle crashing, because eventually speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us on Twitter for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
You know, somebody posted a picture the other day and it got me thinking, what if Corn Pop wasn't a bad dude? What if Corn Pop was actually a good dude who was just trying to protect the kids at the pool from a creepy weirdo that was sniffing their hair? Maybe we've been viewing Corn Pop wrong this entire time.
Kind of like the Karate Kid.
Right. The real bully was Mr. LaRusso. 82 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
Think back. Think back to when back or neck pain didn't rule your life. Now, think about standing up to back pain today. Because you can. With highly skilled care from IU Health, Indiana